So in this video, I'm going to be talking about a CDN, or Content Distribution Network. So what is a CDN? A CDN stands for Content Distribution Network. What is a Content Distribution Network? Well, if we go to Wikipedia, a content delivery network or content distribution network is a geographically distributed network of proxy servers and their data centers. The goal is to provide high availability and performance by distributing the service spatially relative to end users. CDNs came into existence in the late 1990s as a means for alleviating the performance bottlenecks of the internet. As the internet was starting to become a mission critical medium for people and enterprises, since then CDNs have grown to serve a large portion of the internet content today, including web objects, text, graphics, scripts, downloadable objects, media files, software documents, applications, e-commerce portals, live streaming media, on-demand streaming media, social media websites, and so on and so forth. So what does all that mean? A content distribution network or content delivery network is a geographical blah, 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 right? What does that mean, right? So it basically means, let's go back here. So this is the centralized server, right? This actually isn't a very good example. Here, this is a better example. So here's the original server, say in India, and then edge server, edge server, and then here are the end users. So the end user up here in Alaska, up here in, I don't know, Oregon, down here in Los Angeles, here's one up in Norway, in the United Kingdom, France. Anyway, so, and the original server is over here in India. Now the idea of a content distribution network, right, is to have one original server that then transmits its data to these regional servers. Here's one in Far East Asia, here's one in Europe, here's one in South America, North America, Australia, right? So why would you do that, right? Why not just have one original server? Why go through the time and trouble to have several servers or a server set up on every continent? Well, the idea is, or the goal is to provide high availability and performance by distributing the service spatially relative to end users. What does that mean? Essentially, the goal of a CDN is to increase the speed that content is delivered to the end users by creating proxy servers closer to the end user, right? So basically, the original server transmits all of its data to the edge server, right? And so the edge server, right, becomes a copy of the original server, and anytime the original server is updated or changed, then it goes to all these edge servers, right? And so what that means in practical terms is that because the data has to travel, because basically you're ending up in a situation where you, the end user, it doesn't matter whether you copy data from this server or that server, right? The data on both servers is identical, but you want to copy from this server because it's thousands of miles closer to you. So the idea is that the idea fundamentally is that you as a human being, right, you're going to reduce the amount of time it takes for data to be transmitted from the server to your computer, simply because that data has to travel much less of a distance than it would if you were doing the original server, right? See, if I'm over here in Alaska and the original server is over here in India, it's going to take much longer for my computer to download from the original server in India, so I just downloaded from an edge server. And because it's, nearly 6,000 miles closer to my computer, even though the data is virtually the same on both, my computer, I end up with dramatically lower download times. I can just get internet services faster. So that's the idea. Essentially, the goal of a CDN is to increase the speed that content is delivered to the end users by creating a proxy servers closer to the end user, thereby reducing the speed it takes to deliver content to the end user for the simple reason that the content is physically closer to the end user. For example, if I want to download the software program GIMP, which is from the Free Software Foundation, which is based in New York, 3,000 miles away, I would want to download the program from a proxy mirror server in Los Angeles, which is only 1,200 miles away. reducing the space that the data has to travel reduces the time it takes for me to download that data. So that is the CDN, and why does it exist, and why it exists. So peer-based CDN, so basically there are two different types of content distribution networks, peer-based CDNs and farm-based CDNs, and I'll go over what those are in the next video.